how do we make 100 bin per acre or 85 to 100 bin per acre block and not have a monumental task of building it and operating it. So long story short, so I can't tell you which trellis design we're going with,
Okay.
but this last year we planted this following year we're going to use this one more time. Style of plants that we're really looking at is either doing a plant in place, we're playing with that, where we buy the roots out of a tissue culture, and right now we're doing a lot of rehab on older blocks, so it's all the Geneva stuff right now that we're planting this year. So we lined them all out, not everything, but a good sample size. We lined out the roots in the orchard, and then it's twofold of the logic behind this. One is even how great, you know, Todd does on bench grass and sleeping eyes. They're wonderful products and they both work, but you still have a transplant shock. All right, and so as a guy that's really trying to get to 13 feet up in the air in 2 years instead of 3 years, just then I could get higher yields earlier, because that's where all the payback is, because you just spent $10,000 on a trellis. You know, you got to really get motivated. So the planting them in place right now, what we're doing with the replant stuff with Geneva, we're doing, oh shoot, is it 935 or 870? There's one that's bigger, and then we're doing 41, and we're planting them in place, and we'll be budding them in August. And then two things that we like: one, it gave us more time to receive the trellis, get it here, and we can start putting the trellis up, because when you plant a sleeping eye or a full-size tree or a bench graft, you're on the clock, because either you're going to support it by a wood stake, that maybe buys you 2 months, maybe, and then that, or you're going to have to buy the real big daddies, and then you're not really getting your side training, you're not really supporting the central leader as well. And so that way it gives me more time to put all this trellis stuff in, and we're not under the gun, and then it doesn't force us to make bad decisions. We could wait, because it's a real stressful thing when you're waiting for material to start and your people ready to go, and we're fairly invested in cherries, and that starts no matter what, if you're done or not. And so it is a real stressful time. So that's I think what we're looking at doing is lining out roots and then budding them on. This system here has 3 irrigation systems. As you can see, you have a cooling system right here that you see. We have a frost system, that's sprinklers, that's everything, it's under tree. And then we have a drip system. And what we do is we use the drip system to grow the tree for the first 3 years basically. The second year we put in the sprinklers to prepare for frost for the 3rd year crop, get cover crops established, and blah blah blah. Then now the cooling's in to cool the fruit. You're probably looking at, you know, drips runs around $1,200 an acre, not counting main lines, because that gets tricky. You're looking at probably $2,000 each for the frost and cooling, depending on how you design it. And that's sort of what you see here. We put that's the other thing that we liked about the walkways. And when we used the surveyor, he shot exactly where that sub-main off our main lines needed to be. And then so we put all the irrigation in the middle, and we run the laterals from each way, and that cuts the tubing size down dramatically. Now, of course, if you're on a hill, it's tough to push water uphill, but most of the time you can pull this off.